Welcome back, you guys. This is Tale of Two Dead Girls. I am your host, Kayla.
And I'm your host, Kale.
And we are finally back, and we are going to be doing a Morbid Mini episode for you guys. It's been a long time, very many months away from the podcast, but we thought the best way to come back would be to share stories that you guys have sent us. So we're going to do that today. We've got 3 stories for you. One story is an update from episode 15, Morbid Mini 15. But before we get into that, we wanted to chat for a second.
Yeah, so we just wanted to let you guys know, we still love the podcast. We missed recording so much, but we just had so much going on. Like, we did not expect to take this long of a break, but life just happened. Like, I don't know, Kayla, like, you've been going through so much, but I've also done so much. Like, in the beginning of the year, like around March, I started school to become a dog groomer. And then that took about 3 months to graduate. And then I am now like a professional dog groomer. So I had a complete like career change, complete 180 from what I was doing before. And then I moved also and finally got settled into our new apartment. So there's been a lot going on with me too.
Yep. We both have just, a lot of adulting and
Yeah.
changes throughout the last few months. Last year, pretty much 2021. Lots of
Pretty
change.
much.
I moved out of state, as you guys might know if you follow the Instagram, and
You've been, enjoying your relationship not long distance.
yes, and it feels a lot more real now to getting to be together all the time, every day.
Yeah,
Every day.
exactly. Like, we thought we would jump back in right when she moved, but then it's like,
We need a
we're
minute.
both busy. We're both busy.
Definitely need a minute. But yeah, so I mean, it's October, and it sucks that like we couldn't get anything out sooner, because October is like our favorite month ever,
Yeah.
and the best month, and
In my birth month.
and your birth month. Wait, did your birthday pass? No, wait, your birthday's next week?
Next Saturday. Yep.
Next Saturday. Aw, happy early
Yeah.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. We're so excited to be back, even if we kind of dropped the ball on spooky season. I know last year
Yeah.
we put in so much effort putting in like back-to-back episodes.
Yeah, we were really on it. But we're back now, and we're gonna do our best.
That's all that matters.
So thank you guys for listening. I know we still have quite a few people listening. We're still gaining new followers and new likes on Facebook and everything. So big thank you to all of you. I think that is really what helps us want to actually continue this, because it's so hard to kind of just fall off when you haven't done it for a while and be like, okay, well, yeah, I guess we're just done because like nobody cares. But you guys are still listening, and it's like so sweet, and I don't know, I love it, and so thank you.
Yeah, I love it too. And I still tell people all the time about it, and they're always like, "Oh, I want to listen to it." And I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, we haven't recorded in a long time." And like all my friends message me like, "When are you guys putting out a new episode?"
Aw. Yeah, well, here we are. We're back. Yay. Hello. So yeah, I guess we will just get into these stories now. Morbid Minis are supposed to be mini. So
Yeah.
let's jump right in. So we have a story from I Am Zombie Jesus. We did share their story in Morbid Mini 15 last year in September, so it's been a year. But they did send this during that time, so this is pretty much an update to the story that they had shared before. So if you haven't heard that story, pause this or something and go listen to it first, and then listen to this one.
And it was the story that I read in that episode.
Yes, it is the story that Kale read. So the email goes, I also heard that you guys wanted more stories, and it's not necessarily a new story, but I have a bit of an update. After the experience with my ex-girlfriend's uncle, I've come around to believing in the supernatural. I haven't had any other experiences with any other kind of entity, so I can't really speak on anything other than the woman under the stairs. I have, however, had a few experiences with the woman and personally feel she is either following me or watching me. I don't know if I have disturbed her or what, but I believe in my heart that she knew that I saw her and took a notice to me. I firmly believe she makes herself known to me in moments of extreme stress or just any moment of weakness. At 17 years old, I was at my best friend's house who had an open upstairs living room. I had begun to feel kind of dizzy and nauseous when I briefly blacked out. I remember falling to the floor with my best friend and his sister in the living room, and when I opened my eyes, they were gone. The house was silent except for the fact the woman under the stairs was walking up towards me. She turned the corner of the banister. She was about 10 to 15 feet away from me, just looking at me moving slowly. Next thing I know, I'm screaming in the corner of my friend's living room, and he's shaking the hell out of me, asking if I'm okay, trying to get me to wake up. At 18 years old, I was at another friend's house staying over there for a night. He lived in an apartment complex, and I had forgotten something in the car. From the front door, the car is parked about 100 to 150 feet away, and it's about 10:30 p.m. and dark as hell. I had walked out the front door and start making my way to the car when I see her in the parking lot just standing 200 feet away from me, doing her usual fucked up smile. I immediately ran back inside and told my friend I had forgotten my keys and it wasn't that important anyway. Thankfully, that was probably the least terrifying encounter I had with her. Fast forward again, I've been dating this girl for 5 years and I'm 22 at this point. We end up going through a bad breakup. I won't get into details. It's been about a month of stress and a severe lack of sleep. I had been laying on my living room couch because the bedroom was upsetting to me at the point when she came back to visit me. Oh my god, that makes me so sad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Hopefully you're doing better now.
I had slept about 10 hours that whole week when I passed out on my couch. I couldn't tell if I was dreaming or astral projecting. All I know is that I sat up on the couch and looked down and could see myself laying there, still kind of half inside myself. I've never experienced this before, and it was very strange because I was in complete control of what I was doing in my surroundings. Oh my gosh, that's totally astral projection. Just as I come to terms with this, I look over to my kitchen, which is connected openly to my living room, and the woman is there rocking back and forth about 8 feet away from my sleeping body. I wake up in a panic covered in sweat. Ew! Oh my god, that's scary. That's like
Yeah, I don't like
that's
that.
that's like what I'm scared of, like when I'm asleep and I like that's what I'm afraid of when I go to sleep, that I'm gonna either like wake up to sleep paralysis or like yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I'm gonna have sleep paralysis and I'm gonna see a demon in my room or something. I'm terrified of that.
Yeah. Sleep paralysis is the absolute worst.
2 weeks go by and I'm still not doing any better, but at least I can sleep in my bed again. I'd take heartbreak over whatever the fuck happened in my living room that night. Since that happened, I had been staying out and avoiding my house as much as possible. She really scared me shitless. That night, though, I had no choice but to stay in my own bed. I wake up at about 3:30 a.m. and the moment I open my eyes, the woman is there. She's standing about 2 feet off the ground at the foot of my bed behind a floor fan I had. She's 2 feet off the ground.
No. Ew,
I
I
don't like
hate
that.
that.
This time I was ready though. I had a bat by my bed. I go to grab the bat and hit the light, but to my surprise, I can't move. I locked eyes with her for a hot second before I break the gaze and I'm able to jump up and hit my lights. I'm just standing there alone in my bedroom. Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, that's so scary.
I have a friend, Jonathan. He's probably one of my best friends now. He was also having a tough time and would frequently come to hang out. At this point, I think there's something wrong with me, and I haven't told anybody about any of the experiences I had been having. That day that Jonathan came over, though, was some icing on the cake for me. We had grabbed some dinner together, and it was getting pretty late, so it was pretty dark outside. I open the door to my apartment and make my way to my kitchen to put my leftovers in the fridge. I hadn't hit any lights, and my entire house was utterly dark except for the light from the hallway. Jonathan was grabbing something out his car, so he was behind me and hadn't seen me enter the house. I'm in the kitchen when I hear Jonathan talking to me. I walk out of the kitchen and hit the light for the living room, and Jonathan turns around with a confused look on his face. He didn't know I was in the kitchen and was talking to a figure that he claims was standing in the corner of my room. I am getting chills, okay?
Yeah.
I'm like hoping nothing's behind me. I don't know, but it's like I can see myself in our video chat here, but like
I know.
I'm
I'm just
just
waiting because it's like this video chat is like set up like those movies like Unfriended or something
yeah,
for just like this figure to come behind
there's
me.
somebody behind you. No, thank you. Okay.
Nope.
He thought it was me in the room grabbing something and was convinced enough that there was a person in there to believe he was talking to me. It scared the shit out of me that a friend who had no idea about the experiences I had been having said this to me. There was no bias, no pre existing thought about it. He had walked in and saw something through his own volition. That was the last time anything happened with the woman under the stairs. It's been over a year since I've seen anything. I don't even care if nobody believes it except me and Jonathan, or if it sounds made up to you or anybody else. This shit that happened is my truth. I believe there's something out there, and as a grown man, this experience still scares the living shit out of me.
We believe you. Don't worry.
Well, zombie Jesus, we believe you. That's for
We
sure.
definitely believe you. That's so scary. And honestly, like from my own experiences, if you can ever try to like confront it just like head on, just be like, what do you want from me? Well, my mom, the way she explained it to me is that you have two options when there's something visiting you. You can either tell it to leave you alone because you are the one that's in control. So you can say, you must leave me alone, do not come back, like you're not welcome here, I don't care what you want, leave me alone. Or you have the second option of confronting it and being like, what do you want from me? Why are you following me? Why are you approaching me? Like, what message are you trying to give me? Like don't claim any of the energy from that bad spirit. But
Yeah.
yeah, just know that you're in control because you're the one that's alive. So
Yeah. Also, me and Lexi have been watching Twin Paranormal a lot, and in Twin Paranormal, they're always saying, like, when they're doing an investigation, they're always like, you do not have permission to come home with us. You do not have permission to attach yourselves to us. So, like, maybe that helps. Like, saying you do not have
yeah.
permission to latch onto me. Like, once we're gone, you stay here or you go to the light. Like, don't follow
Yeah.
me. Don't come home with
You could
me.
stay here and get your ass beat, or you can stay here and get
Get
your
your
ass
ass
beat.
beat. Oh my god.
No.
A little J
But
Wow moment.
it's been a year, so like if you had any more experiences, please let us know, or like
Yes.
message us back. We're so sorry that we did not get to you in a timely
Yeah.
manner, but
This is so good. I hope your Instagram handle is still the same because I'm definitely going to
it
go
is.
DM you. Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah, I
awesome.
checked. Well,
Cool.
I was reading the old messages, so
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Okay, my turn. So, my episode is actually from another listener that we read from before as well. So,
Oh, cool.
um, their name is Faye, and they say, "Hi, Kayla and Kale. I'm so thankful for putting my story from the Great Wall. Other stories I had from China were mainly all of ghost dreams, deja vu encounters, or premonitions, or whichever one you believe in. But this story is about the summer after my sophomore year of high school, and I went on this leadership program for 10 days to Costa Rica, and my encounters with either a dark entity or spirits that may have died on the property or maybe even both. From the moment we got to the resort we were staying at, I could tell I was going to have an interesting 10 days ahead of me. You see, ever since that time in China with that one soldier, I haven't seen any other spirits or entities, but because I have very heightened senses, I can usually tell when something feels or seems off in a place or from a person. At the beginning of the trip, everything was feeling great with the usual teens scaring each other with scary stories and jump scaring each other every now and then. I think it was either the fourth or fifth day we were there, and I remember these two sisters and their roommate came to me and said that someone or something came into their room that night before and basically attacked them and had scared them to the point where they all had to sleep in one bed with a flashlight next to them.
OMG.
At first, I thought it could have been a lizard or something that came into their room because that's normal for where we were. But then they showed me their room and and showed the scratch marks and dents in high places where no animal could reach. Ugh, I knew something was off, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Then I went into the master bedroom since they said that they heard something in there, and I took a look around. The temperature was cool since the air was on, but when I went over to the chair that was sitting in the corner, it felt chilling. And when I sat in the chair, I immediately felt all of my energy just leave and felt like something was on my chest.
Ooh.
Just sitting there for a couple of minutes was giving me a pounding headache, so I closed my eyes and just felt pure anger and annoyance from that spot. When I opened my eyes and tried to get out of the chair, I felt like someone couldn't wait to get me out of their spot and shoved me off of the chair, but not before leaving a scratch mark on my arm. Ugh.
No, we don't like scratch marks.
No. Turning around, I saw a divot in the chair appear and asked if anyone else sees it, but of course they don't. So I just left it alone and suggested they put a camera or something in front of the chair and around their room to catch whatever was in there. That night, I was taking a shower and I could have sworn something was standing right behind me. And instead of freaking out, I just said very clearly, "Don't even think about touching me." And when I thought they left, I finished my shower and noticed my flip flops were moved and so was my towel. Ooh, see, that's she had the guts to be like, or they had the guts, I'm not sure. They had the guts to be like, "Don't touch me. Do not even think about touching me."
Smart.
After that day, more things happened to those three girls in their room to the point where they had to change rooms. I don't know exactly what caused all those events to happen to them, or if maybe one of them brought a spirit out or whatever, but after they moved rooms, it never happened again. For me, I had the usual tripping, moving of my things, and energy draining, but that was nothing new for me. Anyways, that's my story of Costa Rica and what happened to me and those three girls. Again, sorry that the stories are so long. Thank you, Faye. Hey, we're not sad that your stories are long. They're awesome.
Yeah, we love long stories, by the way.
Yes, we love long stories, and your stories are always good and spooky. And this was also from September 2020, so a long time ago.
Well, that is all the stories that we have. I thought we had 3, but we actually only had 2. I'm sorry. But that just means that you guys got to get your stories to us so we can share them with you. Um, so again, thank you so much for sending us your emails. Those of you that have, and if you do have any ghost stories or any family members or friends that you have ghost stories that they've like told you their stories and they're okay with you sharing it, share it with us. Email it to us.
Or aliens. We need more aliens.
Or aliens, abductions, UFO sightings, any skinwalker, creature,
Sasquatch.
shapeshifter, anything. Send us an email with it, and we'll be sure to read it on a Morbid Mini episode. But I think that shall do it for this episode.
Yeah, thanks guys so much for being patient with us. We really love you guys and we can't wait to come up with another episode.
With that being said, we're going to go now. Bye.
Bye.